Friday, November 14th, 2025. The time is 3:28 p.m. here at the Tinian Public Library at San Jose, Tinian. Good afternoon, and I hereby call this session to order. It's my honor to welcome everybody to this session today, but before I proceed, I kindly ask everybody to put their mobile devices on silent mode or turn them off. Also, I'd like to welcome everybody viewing on cable television channel 23, the Senate's YouTube page, the Northern Marianas Commonwealth Legislature Facebook page. And before we proceed any further, I kindly ask that we all stand for a moment of silence. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Babalta, Senator Calvo,
Present.
Senator Castro,
Stiga.
Senator Cruz,
Here.
Senator Hofschneider,
Digging.
Mr. President,
Here.
Senator Manglonia Donald,
Present.
Senator Manglonia Paul.
Here.
Mr. President, 7 members are present, 2 absent.
With 7 members present, we have the requisite number to conduct today's session. Please let the record reflect that Senator Magofnia and Senator Babalta are hereby excused from today's session. Before proceeding any further, I would like to recognize our hardworking LB staff assisting us with our session today. Our Senate Clerk, Ms. Dolores Bermudez, our Senate Journal Clerk, Ms. Valerie Uggan, our Legal Counsel, Mr. Joe Bermudez, our Fiscal Analyst, Mr. Dave Demapan, our IT Assistant, Delbert Komatsu, our Senior Legislative Assistant, Ms. Jolyn Duenas-Tagabal, our our Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Jonathan De Leon Guerrero. And with that, I would like to recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I move to suspend pertinent rules to place House Bill 2468 on today's bill calendar for action.
There's been a motion made to place House Bill 2468 on today's calendar for action and has been seconded. Discussions? If there being none, I'd like to kindly ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Senator Castro,
Yes.
Senator Cruz,
Yes.
Senator Hofschneider,
I'm good.
Senator Manglonia Donald,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Paul.
Yes.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mr. President, all 7 members voting yes.
With all 7 members voting yes, House Bill 2468 is hereby placed on today's bill calendar. Moving on to the public comment, this is a section of our agenda where we allow the public to provide any comments they wish to make on behalf of pertaining to any piece of items on our agenda. The floor is now open.
Good afternoon, buenas and half a day, Honorable Senate President Carl King Neighbors and Honorable Senate members of the 24th Northern Marianas Commonwealth Legislature. For the record, my name is Jean-Paul B. Regis, Special Assistant for the Administration under the Office of the Governor. On behalf of the Honorable Governor David M. Apateng and the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Dennis James C. Mendiola, I thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. Mr. Senate President, I am honored to extend the administration's appreciation and express our gratitude to this esteemed body and to your Committee on Executive Appointments and Government Investigations Committee, chaired by the Honorable Senator Mr. Francisco Q. Cruz, for the time and effort you've all put into reviewing and examining the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's nominee. This afternoon, you'll be entertaining Senate Standing Committee Report 24-27, the appointment of Ms. Janice A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents, representing the private sector. And although she is not present, I hope that you can excuse her absence. Your relentless time and effort to entertain her appointment is an essential step forward as the administration finalizes the vacancies for all boards and commission. Once again, Honorable Senate President King Neighbors and honorable members of this esteemed Senate body, Governor David M. Apateng and Lieutenant Governor Dennis James C. Mendiola extends their sincere appreciation for your generous and favorable consideration on behalf of our nominee. Mr. President, thank you, Jesus Mosi Zangiliso.
Thank you, Ms. Regis. Floor is still open for public comments. If there are none, I'll go ahead and move on to agenda item C, reading and approval of the journal. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I move to adopt Senate Journal number 24-12, third day, second regular session, dated September 15, 2025.
There's been a motion for the adoption of Senate Journal 24-12 and has been seconded. Discussion? Ready? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Senate Journal number 24-12 is hereby adopted. Recognize the floor leader.
Mr. President, at this time, I move to adopt Senate Journal number 24-13, fifth day, second regular session, dated October 3, 2025.
Okay, floor leader has offered a motion for the adoption of Senate Journal 24-13 and has been seconded. Discussion? Members are ready? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Senate Journal 24-13 is hereby adopted. Moving on to a message from the governor, I recognize the clerk.
Mr. President, we have 38 on our agenda, 124 to 161.
Discussion from the members? There being none, we'll move on to item E, communications from the judiciary. There is none. Item F, communications from heads of executive departments.
Mr. President, we only have two, 2414 and 15.
Discussions from the members? Ready? Moving on to G, communications from the House.
Mr. President, we have 13 on our agenda, 2484 to 96.
Okay. I'd like to recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I move to place House Bill 24-68 HD1 on today's bill calendar.
There's been a motion to place House Bill 2468 on today's bill calendar for action and has been seconded. Under discussion, I would like to say for for myself that this is an important piece of legislation that all members, MPLT, the executive branch, the House, to include the Senate, has been working on diligently to try to move forward. And this is in an effort to address a very pressing need for our community. So I ask the support from the members for this vote and to place it on calendar. With that being said, clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Senator Castro,
Ngan.
Senator Cruz. Yes. Senator Hapschneider. Senator Mangonia Dama,
Yes.
Senator Mangonia Fall.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President, all 7 members voting yes.
With all 7 members voting yes, House Bill 2468 HG1 is hereby placed on today's bill calendar. I will be making a note on House Communications 2492 regarding House Bill number 2470, as well as House Communication 2493, which is House Bill 2474, that they will immediately be referred to the Committee of Fiscal Affairs. Any other comments by the members from under Communications from the House? Ready? Item H, communications from the Senate.
Mr.
Clerk.
Mr. President, we have 24-140 to 156, and there's a misnumbering on page 7. It should be after 8 will be 9, 10. I apologize for that.
Understood. The floor is open for discussions from the members. B. On to item I, communications from the CNMI delegate, there are none. J, unfinished business, there are none. K, pre-filed bills, initiatives, and resolutions. Clerk? Short recess. To today's session, under K, pre-filed bills, initiatives, local bills, and resolutions. I'll go ahead and recognize Senator Hofschneider for the introduction of his commemorative resolution 24-04.
Mr. President, formally introducing Senate Commemorative Resolution number 2404, and that is to recognize and honor the late Noburu Hirayama for his unwavering dedication and contribution to strengthening the bond between the people of Saipan and Japan on the occasion of the 111th year anniversary of the establishment of the Saipan Katori Shrine.
Thank you, Senator Hofschneider. I would now like to introduce Senate Resolution 24-11 to honor the distinguished service of Chief Warrant Officer 4, Rosanny Castro McGee, upon her retirement from the U.S. Army, United States U.S. Army, and to commend her exemplary leadership, unwavering, and outstanding contributions to the defense of our nation. Also, I would like to introduce Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-03 to honor and commend Willie Tan for his visionary leadership, astute business acumen, philanthropic contributions, charitable character, and lasting impact on the economic landscape and social fabric of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Lastly, I would like to introduce Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-05 to recognize and commend the Northern Marianas Football Association for its steadfast contributions to the sports community of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands on occasion of the association's 20th year anniversary. On to item L, introductions of bills, initiatives, and local bills and resolutions that didn't make the agenda. Any members? Being none, we'll move on to item M, reports on standing committees. I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, we have Standing Committee Report number 2427 from the Executive Appointments and Government Investigations, reporting on the executive appointment of Ms. Janice A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. I move for its adoption.
Second.
There has been a motion for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 2427 and has been seconded. The floor is open for discussion. I now recognize the Chairman of EAGI, Senator Cruz.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, members of the Senate, your Committee on Executive Appointment and Government Investigation is ready to present Standing Committee Report number 24-27. This is the executive appointment of Janice A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. Your Committee on Executive Appointment and Government Investigation, to which was referred the appointment of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector, begs leave to report as follows. After review and consideration of the testimonies provided, your committee recommends the confirmation of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio's executive appointment to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. Pursuant to Rule 8, Section 5 of the Interim Rules of the Senate, it is the duty and purpose of your committee to report to the Senate for legislative action pertaining to the appointment of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. Your committee has examined all pertinent documents relating to the executive appointment of Ms. Tenorio's overall credential to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents. And in summation of all written and oral testimonies provided to the committee, there are 9 oral testimonies in support of the appointee, of which 6 hard copies of the testimonies were submitted during the hearing, 6 written testimony in support of the appointee, and no written or oral testimonies in opposition of the appointee. Additionally, your committee stated several recommendations, issues, and concerns to the appointee that are included in this report. Therefore, based on the overall assessment of Ms. Tenorio's credential, experiences, testimonies, and other relevant issues considered, your committee respectfully recommends the confirmation of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. The public hearing was conducted on October 2nd, 2025 in the Senate chamber of the Vice Speaker Sus P. Mofnas Memorial Building, Capitol Saipan. And during the hearing, certain recommendations, issues, and concerns were raised for the appointee to address and look into if confirmed as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents, NMCBOR. And in conclusion, all required documents in conformance with Rule 8, Section 5 of the interim rules of the Senate have been submitted to your committee for review and consideration. And based on the submission of pertinent documents and testimonies, your committee concludes that the executive appointment of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector is in accordance with 3 CMC subsection 1311. Therefore, your committee consents the confirmation of Ms. Janice Marie A. Tenorio to serve as a member of the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. Again, I ask this body to support Standing Committee Report number 24-27. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chairman Cruz. Any other discussion? Any other comments? Ready? With that, I would like to please ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Senator Calver,
Yes.
Senator Castro,
Gan.
Senator Cruz,
Yes.
Senator Hofschneider,
I'm good.
Senator Manglona Donald,
Yes.
Senator Manglona Paul.
Yes.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Mr. President, all 7 members voting yes.
With all 7 members voting yes, Standing Committee Report 24-27 is hereby adopted, which appoints Ms. Janice A. Tenorio to serve as a member for the Northern Marianas College Board of Regents representing the private sector. Moving on to item N, reports of special and conference committees. There are none. Resolution calendar, recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have, of the 4, there are 3 that we'll be acting on today. At this time, I move for the adoption of Senate Commemorative Resolution number 24-03 to honor and commend Willie Tan for his visionary leadership, astute business acumen, philanthropic contributions, charitable character, and lasting impact on the economic landscape and social fabric of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
There's been a motion for the adoption of Senate Commemorative Resolution number 24-03 and has been seconded. Discussion? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Senate Commemorative Resolution number 24-03 is hereby adopted by this body. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-04 to recognize and honor the late Noboru Hirayama for his unwavering dedication and contributions to strengthening the bond between the people of Saipan and Japan on the occasion of the 111th year anniversary of the establishment of the Saipan Kotori Shrine. I move for its adoption.
There is a motion and has been seconded for the adoption of Senate Commemorative Resolution number 24-04. Discussion?
Mr. President,
Recognize Senator Hofschneider.
just to inform the members and you, Mr. President, that I've had the privilege to formally present that very resolution along with a good colleague from Saipan, Senator Manny Castro, to the son of the gentleman that we're honoring for their brotherhood and our relationship all through the years, and for their continuing to to be a part of the Saipan community or the Sinamay community with regards to our long-standing relationship to Japan. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hofschneider. Any other members? There being none, we'll move forward. Floor leader. Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor of the passage of Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-04, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-04 is hereby adopted by this body. Floor leader.
Mr. President, we have Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-05 to recognize and commend the Northern Marianas Football Association for its steadfast contributions to the sports community of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands on occasion of the association's 20th year anniversary. I move for its adoption.
There has been motion and has been seconded for the adoption of Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-05. Discussion? Ready?
Ready?
All right, all in favor for the adoption, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The Senate Commemorative Resolution 24-05 is hereby adopted by this body. Next on the item of the agenda is item P, bill calendar. I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one House Bill 24-68 HD1 to conditionally authorize the Marianas Public Land Trust to establish a margin account solely to facilitate the $29 million loan authorized under Public Law 24-13, subject to the continuing fiduciary and constitutional duties of the trustees. I move for its passage.
Second.
There has been a motion for the passage of House Bill 2468 in the form of HD1 and has been seconded. Discussion from the members. Everyone's ready? Okay. May I kindly ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Senator Castro, Senator Cruz,
Yes.
Senator Hofschneider,
Again.
Senator Manglonia Donald,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Paul,
Yes.
Senator Castro,
Call flight.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mr. President, 6 members voted yes and
With-
2 absent.
With 6 members voting yes, House Bill 24-68 hereby passes the Senate. On to item Q, petition, memorials, and miscellaneous communications. Clerk?
Mr. President, we have 6 on our agenda, 2450 to 56.
Any discussion from the members? Being none, we'll move on to announcements.
Mr. President.
Recognize Senator Hofschneider.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to inform the public and also especially the Fiscal Affairs Committee and the LB staff that we will be having a Fiscal Affairs Committee meeting on Wednesday at 10 a.m. At the Senate Chamber in Saipan, which we're going to be discussing critical legislations that is before the Senate. So I just wanted to inform the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hofschneider. Any other members? There being none, on to item S, adjournment. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I move for the adjournment of today's session, subject to your call.
There's been a motion.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to adjourn today, subject to my call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Today's Senate session is hereby adjourned. The time is 3:56 p.m. Thank you all. Good afternoon.